back to CEO 2025, the great return to the homeland back in Orlando, Florida for the big Fatal Fury event. 464 players are signed up, 3 spots to grab for the Esports World Cup and 1 to grab for the SNK World Championship Finals. King Jobber, first time pairing my bingo card of commentators. He's growing day after day. How are you doing?
I am super excited. I am feeling great. There's been some incredible matches already and plenty more to come. We were just taking a look at the pool that we have coming up. Some heavy hitters in here. Even, you know, some commentators in here as well, or I guess I would say pro players turned commentators who have picked back up the stick to try and earn their spot at EWC and SWC. It's going to be a good time.
So this is a short list of the players you will see in these pools. We got Supernoon, we got Yurikov, we got Koji Kog, we got Justin Wong. Mena RD is there. I have never seen Mena RD on Fatal Fury. Granto Dakai as well from Panama, a Capcom Cup player on Street Fighter. Never seen him on Fatal Fury as well. We got Chris G, we got Mock, we got Mystic Smash, of course, my goat. You know, I'm looking forward to gas him up a bit. MFCR from Strav, I've never seen him on Fatal Fury either. Nemo from Japan, Barbara 12 is there as well. Zian and Lev Paco, the Mexican player. So these pools are pretty much as stacked as
it is. I was like, how is this one singular pool, right? There's so many pools going on. Of course, Phase 2 is going to be later on another stream after this. But man, just in Phase 1 with these pools, full of killers, going to be full of a lot of exciting matches here too. Obviously, we got a little bit of a tiny balance patch, right? Kind of adjusted some things with Hotaru. Hokutomaru now gets that counter hit state whenever he does the double jump. Hasn't really changed much.
It's slightly normalized these two. Kain running away. We don't talk about this, you know, like this patch was sent to you from the Heinlein Villa. You know how it goes, but at the moment, it's pretty much still a very similar meta in terms of characters. You will see a couple players have changed. I think the most interesting thing I've seen this weekend is that we talked a lot about Goichi moving away from Marco as he's now playing Kain. But yesterday I was on commentary and we had Pugera, who was on Hotaru and moved to Marco. Yeah,
the movement of Marco is interesting. Goichi's reason for it was because they lowered the input lag, right, on console, meaning that to Goichi, you can now react to the overhead. So that makes Marco's mix-up not nearly as strong. I would argue it's still very strong. He's still a very strong character, especially with, you know, the feints, cancels, and going for the high-low. But hey, Kain, that is a $1.5 million character if I've ever seen one, right?
Yes, you know, you play what works, you play what you like, and by all means, you know, like, as much as often we dislike characters here and there, Kain is pretty cool, man.
He is
like,
cool.
He's kind of destroys your life a bit too much, but, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. We are going for our first match, Sway versus Sleeves.
Oh, so Sway, definitely well known in the Guilty Gear Exerd scene. I don't want to butcher, but a jam player. Yes, a jam player is who Sway plays. So I'm curious to see who you would translate to in this game. It's looking like it's going to be Billy, but this game actually shares a lot of mechanics with Guilty Gear, right? Especially Exerd in general. I feel like Exerd players would fit right at home here with things like Just Defend. You know, it's definitely really interesting. The movement is not quite anime movement, but I don't know how to explain it. As an Exerd player myself, I feel right at home in this game.
Okay, it's good. Familiarity, you know, is there. We'll see who Sway picks. Sway, co-owner of TSB, Team Stickbug. Shout out to the TSB guys over in New York. Plays all the guys. Good team to watch more fighting games against Sleeves, who is a player I am not familiar with, but that's why we're here, to get acquainted.
Yeah, he's going to be on the Mai, which is a character that's a little bit down there, you know, when people talk about in the tiers, and going up against Billy, who's incredibly strong. But that's a good start. Almost out of SPG already.
Yep. All you want is to get that SPG out as soon as possible. And there we go, really strong start by Sleeves, but the Billy Kane fights back. Billy Kane's kind of the character who everyone agrees is good, but I feel like he's still somehow underrepresented.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, Xiaohai has picked up Billy, so we'll definitely see him perform well.
That's when you know he's top 3 minimum.
Absolutely. Well, Sleeveless able to get the first round there with the honest Mai. Sway just kind of getting run over. One of Billy's downsides is he only has a reversal when it comes to a super, right?
Yep, I was on Street Fighter this morning and you're saying honest Mai and it doesn't compute in my brain yet. I need to swap to the other Mai, you know, the one that's actually honest. Because there is daylight robbery out there, my friend, I can tell you that.
Sorry, didn't mean to give you PTSD with that one.
That's the one. But so far, yes, Sleeves doing good. Sway almost out of that SPG. And he is out of SPG. No more Rev Blue accessible from both sides. Wakes up with the super, is going to be blocked into the punish. Should be able to close this round easily. No bar needed, no bar built either. Sway takes the round.
Yeah, that's good. Good resource management there. Didn't even go into overheat, but wouldn't have mattered either way. One thing I really like about Billy as well is he has incredible light confirms. One of the only characters in the game who can hit 4 lights into super.
Yep. one of the strengths of the character, obviously. Now keeping the opponent into the corner. Sleeves with that middle SPG. Sway unable to get more damage with this one. Little ref blow gonna be blocked, and now we stay in the corner. How do you escape that? You don't.
Yeah, walk you right back in. That's gonna be the knockdown here. Oh, just goes for the super. Still gonna get some decent Oki.
Yeah, you want the frame kill into the low. The mix is successful. Sway takes the first game.
Yeah, that first round was a rough start there for Sway, but definitely was able to pick it up, figure out the habits that we're seeing here from Maya, and exploit the fact that, you know, she's not really that good at a longer range. She has to work to get in. She has the fans that are pretty strong, but other than that, you know, there's a reason why we're switching to Terry now.
Yep, Terry it is. We're moving more characters, short sets as well, you know, changing characters, I respect that. But let's see what the Terry Bogard is saying, because the Billy Kane looks on point at least.
I like the switch to Terry because guard cancel on far C poke into Burn Knuckle is really good, actually. It's a good way to get in on Billy if they're being a little too obvious with that.
Yep. Opens with the DP, simple and efficient. And now it's all about how you get close, how you avoid these long-range normals from Billy until you don't Sway with a strong start, gets a hard knockdown as well, just miss that one hit to get away from the SPG. Ref blow still available, but we go for a DP, okay?
Yeah, Sway pretty heated up though at about 50%, gonna get anti-aired. Nice pickup. Are you willing to spend the meter? There it is.
Like that. Ah, committed to a button and got caught off guard with the wake up super on this one. Sway just waiting to close the round, more pressure. No, the great challenge there by Sleeves, able to take the round. The change is successful at least.
Yeah, I think the Burn Knuckle is just going to be a really good tool altogether to kind of skip that neutral, right? Just get in on Billy, a really quick, easy way to do it.
The jump, I like the JD as well. No anti-air allowed for you, my friends. Sleeves gets thrown and gets thrown straight to the corner.
Ooh, thrown out of the rev blow as well, but still an SPG, so Sway has to be a little cautious, or else that's going to happen.
And now it's a bit of pressure, but not going anywhere. Great challenge again by Sway, slowly but surely getting momentum, okay. We're using fancy moves now, we're trying to surprise the opponent. Sway not trying the anti-air this time, maybe expecting a JD.
Oh no, but just eating a far C. Unfortunately here, Sleeveless is overheated. No longer going to have access to those EX moves, and probably not even access to life here if we're not careful.
He's still 100% of these wake-up DPs. It's working, but this time, no JD available for you, my friend. Sway takes the round, offers himself a match point to move forward in winner's side of these pools.
Going into this with 100 bar as well, meaning on the first touch you get, you can just cash in everything. I think that's what we're planning to do. Look how much we're revving ourselves up already.
Spend it all. You're in SPG anyway, and you got 2 bars, so the next hit just recovers all of your rev gauge unless you're sent out, which is exactly what Sleeves immediately does. Goes to super to at least recover some of that rev gauge, because overheat is so incredibly long, man.
It is. It takes forever. And look at that guard gauge too, about to get cracked open.
There we go, but you know what? That's kind of the best guard crush you could ask for when you're on the receiving end. Absolutely no way to convert anything of this. Not the greatest of choices by Sway, puts his opponent in SPG as well. Can you JD this? You can't.
Yeah, no, wasn't ready for it, but still waking up with that rev blow. That is a massive punish and a game there for Sleeveless. The swap to Terry working out beautifully.
Yes! Terry works, it's 1-1, and we go to the final game. Taking a moment to stay hydrated, of course.
I think Terry is one of those characters that he is just underneath that top 5. Yeah. He is incredibly strong in like basically every single scenario and at every single range, and people are already starting to develop some nasty high-low mix with him too.
I think it's definitely strong. It's just like, obviously you have the usual suspects in this game, but it doesn't mean the other characters are terrible. They just tend to do the same thing without as much, you know, efficiency as the higher tier, but that doesn't mean they're bad by any means. Terry is still a character that not represented too much, but whenever you see him, you can see why he's played.
Absolutely, you can just run rough shot on your opponent there. There's a nice corpse hop, excuse me, able to catch with the low.
All right. Into the super. Are you okay? No, he's not.
Oh, I think he could have gotten a DP off there at the end, but...
He looked high enough, right?
Yeah. Opted just go for the Oki to be safe. You don't want to whip a DP right in Sway's face.
You get a throw. Sway looks good, and there we go. We block this time. Sleeves a bit too easy to go for these DPs. He was 100% until now, so
Yeah, I know. Just finally getting blocked. But that is a massive win there for Sway. Once again, sitting at set point. Let's try and not let this one slip away again.
Hyperate 1, stopping you from going into the air. No conversion, but that's going to be the throw. And Sway slowly but surely, he's getting closer to a position where he can hit, gets the high invincible attack. Conversion into the super, the hard knockdown is there. Little frame kill into the high-low. No, just gets away. Oh, from that far?
Yeah, he sticked out the JC, so it got caught by the power geyser. Just getting a little too greedy there with the buttons.
I got caught off guard, I can't lie. I thought that one with the whip. My man went for a double back jump to get away and still got hit. Regardless, Sway converts and gets the win. He will move forward on that winner's side. Sleeves will be dropping down into losers, but of course, that means another chance and more opponents. And you know, if you like playing the game, that's more game in losers. So
absolutely right.
There's always a positive.
Like, two sides to every story. But I mean, hey, we got a picture-perfect reason why Terry is really strong and why Billy is being picked up by so many strong players. I know Diaphone has a Billy as well for certain matchups, I believe, specifically for the Hokutomaru matchup, because Billy's anti-air game is fantastic.
Yes.
But I mean, he can do it all. He can play from any range. He can do damage from far range. He even has Vortex. Like, why did they give a zoner set play? I mean, they gave it to Kind too, but...
Because we're in 2025, my friend. Zoner doesn't mean anything anymore. Right now, every character is a zoner, RTSD, grappler, mix, whatever you want.
But the true grappler is the worst character in the game,
That's
though.
True,
and SNK is supposed to be the grappler company, right?
As the captain of the Grappler Hate FC, I am fine with this, my friend.
I'm not, all right? I love me some big body
grapplers should be mid at best, you know, like they should be fun, not you know like, not
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Mid at best is perfectly fine. As long as it can cook.
Sorry, I had a cough real quick. Let's talk about Fatal Fury again. That's the one. And yes, you know, you said it best. Billy Kane, one of the really strong one, and you talked about why Diaphone picked the character just for Hokutomaru, punishing that ref blow.
Yeah.
Because Diaphone plays CR7. Do you know what CR7 does against the ref blow?
I don't know exactly. Oh, the thumbs. One thing I know about CR7, though, is he's good against Hokutomaru because just the summoning the ball is good at catching the teleport.
The ball is at least good, that's the one. But on the defensive end, you don't really have the tools, and that's why he wanted to swap on this one. Diaphone is not on this block of pools. He made it out in winners by beating Cloud, I believe, yesterday in finals of his pool. So you will see him a bit later today, because today we run all the way to top 8. Of Fatal Fury, and top 8 will be 2 more on the main stage, right?
He's also the winner of the Royal Rumble last night as well. I mean, he did enter in number 20, the last place, but still won. So you know what? We won't take that away from him. Went through 20 other men.
Yeah, at least he didn't have to go through 20 other men. It is not going to happen again.
Not as good as Punk's 30, but still 20.
Still, you know, you can't beat Punk on this one. Let's go.
Well, we got a good match coming up next. It's going to be Rain versus Aru. Aru, SNK commentator extraordinaire, all the way from Fatal Fury to King of Fighters and some Samurai Showdown as well. Going to be coming in with the Mai. Oh, he's not the Newports. I think this is a no smoking zone.
Not here. Not inside, my friends. Not inside. Let's see what Aru has to say on this. I've been watching him because like he's definitely one of the innovators, you know, who always looks for good tech. So I always learn a lot from watching either just look at his tweets or watching his matches. There are a couple little good ideas to take. That's how you learn on fighting games. You watch the players who are better than you and you steal stuff.
Exactly. I mean, when the game released and everyone was posting their 100-meter, 100 overheat combos, he was the one posting counterplay tech, right? He was like, okay, I'm not interested in all that stuff. I want to know how this guard cancel stuff really works and how to shut down a lot of things. And I mean, he's playing a character like Mai, so he's going to need good defensive options.
That's what I love about this game, man. Like, I think in an era where like most games are really focusing on offense, Fatal Fury is like the one game is like, hey, you want to play defense? Come here.
Yeah,
it's
fantastic.
Get your defensive skills. Like, being able to fine-tune your defensive skills is a great feeling because it just feels rewarding. You know, like when you lap that JD punish and then you land it in match, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, but they don't sacrifice the offense either, right? Like Rev Excel being able to cancel specials into specials feels really good and feels really powerful. But like you said, you have all those defensive tools and those answers to combat it. You don't just have to hold that like in some other games.
Yep. That's what I love to see. You know, Fatal Fury has been a lot of fun to play and watch. We are checking the buttons right now.
Looks like
sure
possibly on the other side it's going to be Rock, maybe?
Okay. Good. Character variety, we take those.
I think Rock is a great character too.
Rock is good. He's like one of the... He's slightly outside of the spotlight just because of the existence of characters like Hotaru. But he's still excellent, you know, in his own good. A couple of players. He's quite popular in Europe actually. We've got a couple of the guys who run the EMEA like online brackets are Rock players. It's definitely a character that I do see a lot on my ends.
Yeah, there's strong Rock players in Mexico as well. I mean, you look like someone like Shadow X, who is here this weekend as well. I believe he is in the loser side of things right now, but he plays Rock, and he plays Rock really interesting. He goes a heavy command grab Rock, right? And I think that's a smart way to play him. He has so many different tools. Obviously, the air fireball is really good for zoning out, but being able to jump scare your opponent with that command grab and get a full combo off of it if you EX it is so strong.
Yep. I love to see, like, my favorite kind of Rock is the kind of Rock who does like 7 overheads in the set. So you start blocking, and then when you block, Kara command grab!
Yep.
The jump scare always works. It always works, because like you've been hit by 7 overheads throughout the set, you are blocking the next overhead.
It's that mental stack.
Yes, you forgot that the grab is an option there. But there we go, Aru versus Rain. We get Mai versus Rock. Let's go.
Oh no, an unfortunate rising tackle there. Rain just getting punished big time right at the start of this round.
Alright, we get one throw. Moving for more, nope, gets away. Conversion's gonna go in Aru's favor.
Yep, getting the knockdown there in the DPE. No roll, just wakes up with another rising tackle. Okay, so Rain already showing they're not afraid to just let the DPs rip here. Aru's gonna have to respect their Oki.
And that's EX DP as well. You know, it's like I'm letting it rip and I'm using Gauge for it. Because why not? Unfortunately, not gonna work for Rain. Aru takes a clean and convenient round number 1. See if he can keep going. With a replicant.
Oh wow, the double B, 2B into the super. Very nice. Already putting a roll. Yeah, we're definitely getting a misinput here, right?
Yeah, I think so as well. And one of the problems as well of that first opening is that sure you get more damage, but you put Aru in SPG. It's quite an interesting approach in this game to try and do lower damage to avoid SPG and then big damage to just completely override it. One thing you try to go for. Aru looking for the pressure, staying there. Yeah, the white punish is going to be there. He's got 2 bars, he's got everything. Let's go.
Dumps it, yep. Gonna get the kill here as well. Look, that was not optimal. Should have held on to the meter, but I respect it. He wanted to see the costume.
Yeah. Give some more. You rarely ever see it anyway. You don't really have a lot of Mais around, so we enjoy a bit. Aru, calm and composed, gets his first game in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, looking good here, looking good on the Mai. I wonder if we're... Okay, are we going to go into the rematch? I wonder if maybe our buttons were wrong or something, because we were just getting those weird misinputs, but it looks like it's not. We're going to just jump right into it.
Alright, let's go, Rain. Show me what you got.
And I like that you mentioned earlier about, you know, the stopping combos before getting into SPG, because that's something, again, with BP. Yeah. But I think that's...
Like, is he doing walk forward replicant?
I think that has to be it, right?
I don't know.
But isn't...
That's the 3rd time.
I don't play Rock, but isn't Rising Tackle on kicks?
I'm trying to think. I haven't played Rock in a while. Crap.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to go for like Rage Run?
I'm not entirely sure. How do you get this in neutral?
Yeah, just unfortunately, it's causing Rain to just all of this to collapse, right? Because Aru is ready to whiff punish the moment that he lands.
Alright, let's go. One bait you can. The jump is there, but no conversion, unfortunately. Rain not getting what he's looking for. And Aru is just cruising through this match, sending the opponent into the corner.
And you can see waiting, thinking that the wake up DP is going to come. There's the just defends into the punish.
I like the EX use, you know.
A little oomph to it,
it's
right?
Just, yeah, it's like, yes, I don't do, we don't do half measures. In this household, we commit. And After trying very unsafe, and of course we're going to get the punish on this one. Aru is not going to miss this one, has an opportunity to give us more content.
Yeah,
let's go.
Right on in, take the leather off. This is actually a really good super costume aside.
Yeah.
But we know what everyone watching at home wants.
One more hit needed. Oh, gets the jump. DP is going to hit, trying to go for the super, but that was way too ambitious. Aru closes it. Simple and efficient. Rain, unable to really showcase stuff, but you know, that's kind of the reality of being on stream at a major.
Yes,
you know, like your first time on stream, it's very often not a good time.
Bro, even in online tournaments, when they throw me on stream, I'm nervous. I'm like, there's no crowd or anything. I'm just sitting in my room and I'm sweating.
It's just you know that they exist.
Yeah, I know people are watching.
My only thing online is they put me on stream to talk crap about me, so I have to lock in. I know the comments like, Damascus is on. Let's criticize every decision he makes. Hell no, man.
No, I gotta win.
I'm playing
win
with my life on the line.
I feel that. I feel that. They do the same thing to me on TNS. I'll just enter TNS casual, like, all right, throw dropper on first match. I'm like, oh, bro, why are you doing this?
I know what you guys are doing. You know, like you're trying to set us up, but we'll keep going until we win. That's part of the game, man. We love the games. We love to enter. Shout out to all of you joining us today for the Fatal Fury side of CEO 2025. Plenty of games, of course, upcoming. Remember that we have 3 slots available for Esports World Cup and 1 slot, of course, for the SNK World Cup. Shanghai is in attendance because remember, Shanghai is not qualified to SWC yet.
That's right.
He's only qualified to EWC, so he's looking to get the second one. And you know that top 8 is going to be interesting because a lot of players already qualified to EWC are most likely going to be on top 8. So it's going to be a bit of a trickle down on who gets that spot.
Exactly. I mean, Reynold and Chris G are both here, right? Obviously, they were able to make top 3 at Combo Breaker, but still not getting that SWC spot like you mentioned. So they want that. Plus, I believe is it a $1,000 or $3,000 guaranteed for everyone who makes top 8?
3,000.
3,000. So that's huge, right? Even if you already qualified, why not enter just to try and get top 8 to earn $3,000 minimum? That is massive. Props to SNK for supporting the scene and supporting the community like that. So there is a lot on the line here. Like you said, players from all over the world are battling out to try to earn those spots because EWC is coming up real fast. That's next month.
Absolutely. All right, up next, we got Big Bones versus the Acid Bro. That's a name that if you are in the FGC, you have seen for as long as I've been in the FGC, like the 15 plus years I've been in the FGC, it's a name I've seen. And I had a little bit of fun when I was looking at the pools. You know, I usually try to look at Star GG, you know, like record for all of the players. Obviously, if you guys don't know, the Acid Bro is like, has been there forever on every single tournament. Anything, plays absolutely everything. Got 49th at a Combo Breaker for Fatal Fury.
Oh, let's go.
But more importantly, if there are fighting games of whatever nature, the Acid Bro will play. So if you look at Star GG and look at his recent tournaments, it will include names called, and I kid no, these are real game names, Advanced Variable GO2, Bishi Bashi for the Burbs, Ultra Fight Kianta 2.
Okay.
I do not know what these games are.
I've never heard of those
but they
games in my
exist.
life.
And he won them in random tournaments for no reason. That's who he is.
That's someone who's passionate about fighting games.
Yes.
I had the pleasure to be in a beautiful event called FGC Coliseum last weekend. It was a charity stream with a lot of other FGC folks, and we got to play a lot of random fighting games that I had never heard of.
I love this.
Like one called Fighter Maker. Have you ever heard of that?
I've never heard of this one.
It's like you create your own fighting game character and give him his own moveset, but they also just have a bunch of like Guile at home, like, you know, Joe Higashi at home characters. And
I like that.
It feels terrible to play.
I like that. Listen, random games like we used to run, I haven't run that in a while, man. In France, we used to run a cup where it was, so the concept of the cup is it was a 5v5, where every match you have to draw a random fighting game.
Yeah.
And each team has 2 jokers. One of them, if they don't like the fighting game drawn, they can ask to draw from the horrible box, which are terrible games that are actually bugged. And the second is each team has a joker being like, this is my terrible game of choice. We are going to play my terrible game of choice. Well, and you have a ton of fun on these, man.
We got a good game coming up here, though. Nothing terrible about this one. The Acid Bro on the Gato up against Big Bones with the Preacher.
Let's go. More character variety shown on stream. We are enjoying some good variety there. Big Bones representing the Puerto Rican flag. Acid Bro for the USA. Let's see what that Preacher is saying. The JE is there, but we get grabbed into the conversion.
And so far, this round is looking all the Acid Bro. I mean, a lot of people are riding high on this Gato character, too. I know Punko thinks he is top 3.
Top 3 is an interesting statement.
It is an interesting statement. I think the top 5 is healthy.
Top
I think
5, definitely.
He's underrated for sure.
But when the best player on Earth with the character tells you he's top 3, he might be top 3. I don't know. Definitely one of the things to check. Definitely a solid, all-together character. Has great damage outputs.
Yep, straight to the super, going to put more pressure on here. Unfortunately, Big Bones has not gotten a chance to really run any of Preach's game plan, which is to knock you down and set up that fireball.
Yep, finishes with the EX, gonna get the setup with this overhead. But you don't get much of overhead. That's the one thing with Gato. That's pretty much the most you can get from an overhead. But the Acid Bro is going to get a clean and convincing game number 1. Barely worried by the Preacher, the Gato. He is running his game comfortably.
Preacher didn't get to play at all. Like, I mean, we didn't see a single knockdown there from Preacher, and that's where she really thrives, is being able to set up that fireball. Oh no, with Bro there means that the Acid Bro is immediately going to take charge.
There we go, fireball game and trying to get something. There was a DP break there, but this led to nothing. No anti-air attempt by Big Bones. Still trying to keep Acid Bro at bay, but that counter hit is going to make a good amount of damage for the Acid Bro. Sends his opponent into the corner. Goes for the EX to get the mix. Probably not an overhead there. Yeah, just goes for a simple one. There we go.
Yeah, I think the scariest thing about Gato is not necessarily mix or anything about that. It's when he's on top of you pressing buttons. Yeah. It's so difficult to figure out when it's actually your turn.
I agree. Acid Bro getting too much points. On this, the Gato is looking good. We're trying to go for more sweeps.
Oh. Big
Bones desperately looking for a way in, but the Acid Bro's movement looks a bit too good. Another conversion. We're out of SPG again.
Yeah, push to the corner there, just goes for the jump in one more time. Nice poke out there from Big Bones. Can we finally get something started?
For now, blocking the corner, gets the sweep at least. Another sweep! Do it again, yes! Watch your toes. Until you watch them, I will catch them. There we go.
Yeah, right into the level 2 red line.
Boom, boom.
Oh, but a big drop there. Still has a massive life lead, but now Big Bones has the corner with the guard! Cancel! First big guard cancel that we got to see here so far in these pools, and ended up winning the game.
Yep, clean play by the Acid Bro. Not worried at all on one of his first games in the pools, but obviously that's part of the game. You know, you start, the more you play, the more you win, the more you're likely to meet some world-class talent out there looking to take you down, or you ruin the life. You know, you ruin the bracket dream. That's pretty much all you can do. The Acid Bro moving forward as we wait for our next match here on Fatal Fury. I love the amount of players from every fighting game horizon joins Fatal Fury. That's been my favorite thing about the game so far.
Me too, but I think it's because there's so many different things that you can pull from other fighting games. Like we talked about a little bit earlier, Guilty Gear and Just Defending, that's a big thing in Guilty Gear. I've seen a lot of Street Fighter 4 players really enjoying this game, and from the ones that I've talked to, they've mentioned it's the number of like interactions. It's a lot of like light confirms and things like that, which is kind of similar to Street Fighter 4. And then talking to other people like in Japan, apparently the uni scene in Japan really enjoys this game too.
Yeah, but that's what we like, man. Like it's really cool to see people from pretty much any fighting game meet up on a new fighting game, and it creates that little rivalry of like, the guys from my games are better than the guy from your game.
It's a lot of
creates
fun.
a lot of fun, lots of names that we recognize, and it's pretty much the best period of time right now because it's still too early to call anyone best
for
or anything. I think it's still too early to pronounce the word upsets. It's pretty much stuff like that I love, like it's all up in there to figure out who is good and who still has to put in work as we are waiting for our next match. And look at this.
This is fire, actually.
The masked Cusco.
The masked Cusco up against Static Gorilla.
Static Gorilla, I apologize. I mean, no disrespect, but the drip game, you're losing it.
Yeah, he is losing that.
Now, you can win in-game, but the drip game, there is absolutely no match right now.
Static Gorilla, of course, known for Friday Night Marvels on TNS, always showing up and playing. But man, the masked Cusco? I need to see El Colt versus the masked Cusco now.
Hey, I've never seen him and El Colt in the same room, that's all I can say.
That's true. What is this?
Ooh, ECT mentioned.
Yo,
shout out to East Coast Throwdown, man. One of my favorite events in North America. Unfortunately, taking a break this year, but hopefully they'll be back better and stronger soon. Definitely a very, very cool event to be part of. It's like,
it's like a velvet mask, too. Look at it.
Bro, this mask looks comfortable.
It is incredibly high quality. You can tell.
With the nice suit, all blue and stuff. Nah, I can't lie. Ratings. Ratings.
It's a good gimmick. It's a good gimmick. All right, we need more. Especially the fact that we're at CEO. You can see the wrestling ring in the background. We got the masked wrestler on here. You got to play T-Zoc, right? On brand.
If he's not playing T-Zoc, we're getting bamboozled.
Yeah.
The gaslight is real.
We're going to immediately turn heel on him if he's not playing T-Zoc. He's got the blue, too. Blue just like T-Zoc.
Let's see. Who are we picking on this side? Against him is Static Gorilla. We'll see. Yes, there we go. Okay. Okay, T-Zoc in blue. I respect that. Bro, you are going all the way.
Yep, the classic T-Zoc color with the blue. That's what I like to see. Static Gorilla is a Vox Reaper player. Another character that I feel like is really underrated. He's super straightforward, but he's got great buttons. He's got a lot of damage. He's kind of more of a whiff punish monster, more so than he is just like mix you up.
I think that's the problem in this game, is like you need to be able to keep your offense on and mixing.
Yeah,
like if you look at the highest characters, the highest ranked characters, they all do this thing really well. Like when they're on the offense, the snowball effect is really strong. Vox kind of lacks that factor. Despite him dishing a ton of damage, having really good ways to control the space, once you're down, like, yeah, cool, whatever, we play the normal game now.
Yeah, it's more one note because what you're expecting is you're expecting Vox to go for standing C, right? Far C. So you could play around that really easily. His fireball is not really a fireball. Yep. It's kind of a weird poke or anti-fireball. But I mean, going against a character like Tzok, who got nerfed from the beta. So, SNK on that new age we hate grapplers grind, I guess.
Oh my god, let's go.
They used to make the best grapplers in the business. Clark? That character is incredible.
Like with Diamond in KR 13.
Yeah, exactly.
He's hype as hell.
I guess it fits though, because Tzok was kind of trash in Mark of the Wolves as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what Cusco has to say. But I'm not gonna lie, I would not be confident, next to that. Like, listen, I can't lose. I've got to be serious about this. Let's go.
Oh, they're letting the intros rock too. And we're on the wrestling stage.
Of
this
course.
gets with
The
Raiden
gimmick.
in the background.
The gimmicks got to be all the way to the end. Let's go.
Oh my god, I'm a fake fan. He's wearing a Raiden mask. Look at Raiden's mask and look
It
at
is Raiden's mask. Oh, nice one. Let's go. Vox with the pressure in the corner.
Oh, trying to wake up with the throw. Yeah, Cusco finally able to get the wild punish. Put you into the corner too with a side swap throw. Oh. Hold up.
Okay, not going anywhere, but he's still looking for something. He's up to no goods. But Static Gorilla and the Vox will be able to close this first round. 1-0.
He had a lot of really good ideas there. Able to get the guard cancel that was successful. The second guard cancel, not quite so much there on the dive kick and DP. Oh, it's too
That's
far
whiffs.
away. Yeah, his grab range is,
the grab range really bad because obviously the punch was right there. The hitbox, the extended hitbox was there. Trying to go for the lariat, it's not going to go anywhere.
Nice
Now we try
neutral
it. There we
jump.
go. Ah!
I really respect that we don't have combos. It's just been all command grabs. That's
Yes.
all the damage. Again,
Yes!
with the command grab! Damascus, not a single combo to be found. We're not here.
Combos
to
are
do
cringe.
anything but wrestle.
Combos are cringe. We do grabs, we do lariats. We are here for wrestling, and we do wrestle. Let's go. Puts him into the corner, so Static Gorilla looking good. Not much, little jump. Okay, another one. Another chance. There's a lot of escapes attempt, but we escape. Yakuskus. This guy makes me hungry all the time. Shout out to Vox. Representing Morocco all the time, but oh my god,
What's
what's
he
happening?
doing here?
Oh my
East Coast throwdown. That's right. Oh, he's opening it up.
Oh no, oh no.
He's got the glasses
Oh no.
on top of the Raiden
Oh
mask.
no.
Oh!
Face you!
Hold up. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. Are you going to shotgun it? You better shotgun it. Hold up. Hold up. Keep going. Chug.
Don't stop, don't
chug.
stop.
Chug.
Don't you dare.
Chug. 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 You got to crush it. You got to crush it on your head.
Crush it.
Oh, let's go!
Hey! And that's when he starts doing combos. This is when the second phase of the boss fight starts. This is when the moves you have not seen before are about to happen. Look at this. You're done, my friend. It's so over.
He can't keep the glasses on because they're not sitting on his ears.
It is so over. Let's go. Tzok is back.
Oh my god. He's just gained multiple tiers now. He has to win now. You have to win, brother. Not like this.
Let's go. It's time. Yeah, throw that towel down, fam. Fight. Let's go. We're back to the ring.
I'm gonna cry, bro.
I love this.
This is what it's all about.
We let the intros rock once again, and he is emoting the intro as well in real life. Let's go.
Oh my god,
no,
you
no,
gotta
no,
be
no,
kidding
no,
me.
no, no. Phase 2 is lit, brother. Phase 2 is lit. Let's go. Coming in. No, the punish is there. Gorilla, try to escape. Try to escape your fate. There we go. We get the juggle. You go to the corner.
What's the Bruce Lee
Oh,
quote?
no.
Oh, to the air. He's overheated though, so no more EX command grabs. He's just trying to go for the raw ones.
Oh, my, oh, I'm so scared. I am so scared. Okay, we block those. Yeah, he's looking to get the guard crush. He's looking to get the guard crush. It's not going to happen, but he's still gonna be able to get a solid amount of damage. Oh, unfortunately not happening. Match point for Static Gorilla.
Well, what's that Bruce Lee quote? I fear not the man who has practiced 1,000 kicks one time. I fear the man who's practiced one kick 1,000 times.
Yes, and that's the one. Another grab landing. Oh my god. I am so scared of this. I am so scared of this. Look at this, the drop kick. Another drop kick. He's trying. Oh! Bah!
You cannot get close. All right, goes for the wake up cutters.
Coming in. Yeah, simple but efficient conversion. Not gonna go anywhere.
Come on,
He's
Cusco.
not going anywhere, but you get the guard crush. Not gonna get anything from this though. Got to watch out. Got to hey!
He wins! He wins!
Bah! Round taken. Round taken. And even the Gorilla Riz is taken away from Static Gorilla as the Master Cusco is keep going!
To the window, to the wall, T-pose!
There we go, now we answer this one. No ref blow for you, my friends. Getting tired of this. Yakuskus. Hey. Hey.
Right, into the super, nothing personal. But now you put yourself into the corner.
Okay. You know what's gonna happen, right?
He's gonna command grab.
That's gonna happen. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for the next group. Oh, great. Guess the anti on this. Oh, hey, no! Nothing again!
No, the anti-air command grab. One more time.
Do it again, do it again. Oh my god, oh my god, he's waiting in the corner. He's trying to escape this one. Oh my god, the jump. Oh, he's looking for the final scoop. Damas Cusco. Look at all of these dashes, but they're not gonna get anywhere. And that's going to be the end of the road in winners for Damas Cusco. He brought the hype, he brought the fun, but unfortunately, he's not getting the win as he's gonna give it to Static Gorilla. What an entertaining match it was. Shout out to Damas Cusco, man.
He is set down to loser side to terrorize those poor players now. I cannot stress the fact that he did not do a single combo that entire set.
Yeah.
Was able to take rounds, and you know what? If he would have actually put the running bear grab in, he probably would have won.
Yep, I agree. He was unfortunately not able to make this one work, but regardless, no, he might have lost the match, but he won the content match, because I can tell you that clip, Static Gorilla is not gonna get a clip with as many views.
No,
yeah,
not
that's
at
the
all.
thing.
I'm sure SNK Social is ready to post that right now. They've been posting clips
Cloud
all
Wars,
weekend.
guys. They're a thing, you know? They're always a thing.
The Raiden mask, too, was really fire. Because I saw him yesterday in a pink mask.
Yes.
So knowing he was going to be playing today, brought out the mask from the SNK character. That is fantastic. Just that's one of the things I love about fighting games and CEO is just the showmanship of a lot of players, right? You may not be the best player, but when you're on stage, you can have your moment.
Exactly, and it was a very fun moment. Might have lost the game, but won a lot of fun. Shout out to Damas Cusco for the fun of the day as we are getting the next match being set up. And who do I see on this camera? It's the one and only Mystic! This is the thing, if you see Mystic in a venue, you have to yell at the top of your lung, Mystic! Everyone does that. It became the running thing in Europe. I love Mystic.
Mystic, great player, great guy, very proficient in a lot of different games. Obviously, getting his name from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the Shimagoramath move, Mystic Smash. So definitely a seasoned veteran here in the FGC, going up against Cyberpunk Pimp.
Listen, my every single tournament I have my little card of like best names, and yeah, pools always give us best names.
I do like Cyberpunk Pimp. That's going. He's even got the P on the hat.
Yeah, my I'm trying. This morning I had someone on Street Fighter called My Dog Ate My Inputs, and I think that's one of the funny one. Yesterday I had on Fatal Fury a guy named Risky Sweep.
Risky Sweep.
And I kid you not, he opened the game with dash in and sweep.
Of course.
I respect the hell out of that. Names are out there. We'll see who Cyberpunk Pimp plays. Mystic Smash himself is a CR7 player.
Risky Sweep is a bit of a poster on on Twitter.
Okay, okay. He's got the interaction farming on point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It is a skill. It is a skill to have, and it's another mile against Cristiano Ronaldo. It is time. Mystic, of course, an excellent player. He's been pretty much very good at every game he touched. That started with Marvel. Street Fighter 5 was absolutely excellent. DNF Duel, of course. DNF Duel mentions. Guilty Gear. Everything he plays. Street Fighter 6 as well. Season 1, he was at SFL Europe. Was one of the MVPs of SFL Europe. Let's see what Mystic is saying. CR7 on deck. And another Mai, that's 3 times.
Yeah, Mai, very popular. I mean,
Yeah.
for obvious reason, but I like to see characters that may not be the greatest still show up a lot because they're popular.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Opens with the fans, double JD. Mystic trying to get something, but the ref blow is going to take the better of him until you go for the DP into the conversion. Nice one. And now you got the mix.
Woohoo! Yep, into the ref blow once again, just sliding on in. Yeah, this character's set play is kind of nasty.
Hey! Alright, the wake up DP at least works.
Oh,
and the ref blow, let's go. Gets the chip. Mystic closes this round fairly comfortably. And then we go air to air, looking for some more. Keep the frames plus, but the ref blow is successful once again on the Cyberpunk side. Yeah, can't really juggle in this situation. Oh, I'm surprised that actually didn't beat the recovery.
Good answer though by Cyberpunk Pimp. Whenever we see the ball come out, we're going for the EX fans, right? Just to try and shut it down, to try to play some normal neutral, not have to deal with the soccer ball or football. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Football.
Don't do this to me, Chopper.
You're right.
Not today. If you guys don't know in chat, in my channel, in my Twitch, I actually have a bot that automatically bans you if you write soccer in chat.
My bad.
And it tells you it's football. And it catches people left, right, and center.
Oh! Tried to go for the left right there, but got blown up by the wake up super.
Alright, we juggle again, but again, right, you said it best, the fans are being used as a great way to stop the juggle from happening. Oh, yep, no fireball, and that's Mystic immediately adapting, right? You're trying to throw the fans. I have an anti-fireball super anytime, and I'm just gonna stay full screen right now, waiting. No!
Got hit. We were probably going for something there, like a backdash. Ended up just getting caught by the fan. Unfortunate, but a good round there for Cyberpunk Pimp, able to slow things down a lot.
Yep, another one. Oh, no. Safe to DP. And that's going to be another one from Mystic. Yep, going for this, the juggle. That's going to be the double one, I believe. Yes, but that's going to be level 1. Taking it over. Mystic was looking for a throw there. Wake up DP working though.
Oh, but the dive kick, able to connect. Overshot the cross, but Tempa still gets the knockdown.
All right. JD on the fan. Oh, trying to get the air-to-air, but that's going to be in Cyberpunk's favor. 1 DP, 2 DPs, and the super that's gonna be exactly enough to close the rounds. Mystic Smash takes game number 1.
And that was an incredibly unfortunate drop there, because if Cyberpunk Pimp was able to actually get that heavy DP break, he could have gone straight into super and won game number 1. So just unfortunate, but Mystic Smash, able to just pick it up, and now 1 game away from winning.
Trying up, did not get the juggle with the ball. Of course, you juggle it once, you can bounce it off your opponents, and that's why you see the Cristiano Ronaldo just juggling from the full screen. He's not even. Look at this, techers!
It's so sick.
I love this.
Oh, good throw.
The break, yeah, into the throw. Gonna be teched anyway, looking for the cross up. Mystic gets opened up, and Cyberpunk Pimp getting some more. Giving him a double dash not going to work. Yeah, you can't really dive kick when the ball is out for a juggle. And there we go, Mystic knows. Cyberpunk Pimp has been using these full screen fans a lot, hoping it stops the juggle. But Mystic adapts straight away. And now it's too much points for Mystic.
Sitting on set point, trying to go for the EX there, able to catch the whip jump in on the other side. Look at that health bar.
Oh, we juggle. Oh, we juggle. We don't stop. Another one. There we go. Conversion is there. Mystic Smash. Looking clean. Close it with a perfect. We'll be moving forward in the winner's bracket over Cyberpunk Pimp, who will drop onto the loser's side. We might see Mystic later on the stream. Definitely a player I'm looking forward to see more.
Yes, and that adaptation that you mentioned is really what it caused them to win, was just shutting down the fan tosses with the super, right?
Yeah.
Normally when I think of anti-fireball supers, I think of Marco's, like one of the best in the game, but Ronaldo, CR7, with a really strong one there as well.
It's pretty much just as good as Marco's, I think, Ronaldo's one. It's full screen, it goes really fast, it pretty much like nullifies the fireballs. Definitely a great tool to have, and really put to good use as well by Mystic Smash.
And just a mix-up game too, really, putting into the Vortex. I think Vortex is also incredibly important in this game. Marco has the easier Vortex, but CR7, I think, definitely does way more damage. You saw it was like 2 touches.
Yep.
You got the knockdown, I only have to touch you 2 times and you die.
Yeah, the thing is, like, CR7 has access to like a lot of layers, whether you go for the left-right classic, but he's got the couple of, you see Mystic did one of them, the double bounce kind of mixes. And the cool thing about double bounce mixes is if your opponent uses Rev Guard, which is what you should use against left-right, you move to the double bounce, because if you Rev Guard the first bounce, it pushes you exactly away for you to go for an empty jump or high. So you get a high-low mix after. And that's kind of the thing that as a player you're trying to look for. Mystic was trying to go to that layer, but his opponent didn't really represent that wake-up Rev Guard, so no real reason to go for the more advanced mixes, but that's what makes the character deep, I think.
Even at this point in the game's lifespan, we're seeing kind of a bit of a lack or underexplored on Rev Guard, right?
Yeah.
Rev Guard is really good for blowing up a lot of options. You look at a character like Kine, who is very, very proficient at the top level, and if you do not Rev Guard him out, he will just constantly DP break, dash in, DP break, dash in with that 2A over and over, but Rev Block pushes that out. Marco, Rev Block pushes him out if he's harassing you with the close D feint into 2C, right? You can force that 2C to whip, but we haven't really seen that explored to its fullest potential yet, because this game has so much to chew on.
Yeah, there's a lot, to be honest, to learn, to get used to, and all things considered, we're still pretty early in the game lifespan, so definitely gonna take a while to get used to all of these options. For now, Mystic moving forward, but before the next match, guys, we are going to go for a quick break. So you know what? Get a drink, get a snack. We'll be back in a few minutes to continue the final block of pools of this Fatal Fury tournament before moving to round 2 a bit later today. Back in a few minutes, get your drink, and we'll have more Fatal Fury action right here, twitch.tv/Tampa Never Sleeps. See you soon.
Whether it's sunglasses outside, blue light glasses inside, or night driving lenses in the dark, Zenni has affordable eyewear for everyone. Get 10% off with code CEO at zenni.com.
Are you enjoying the show? Please check out the CO 2025 exclusive merch store on co.gaminggen.gg. Pick up one of your favorite designs from this year's show and help support the community.
Kicks off with 22 furious fighters, including 5 free DLC and Season Pass 1. Fates intertwine on the streets of Southtown in the struggle for Geese's legacy. Rev it up! Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Tenno, officially licensed FGC merch designed by the FGC for the FGC. Discover our newest drops releasing for the first time during CO, including the newest official Street Fighter design, the CO 15-year collaboration, and many returning favorites. Get yours today at merch.10-o.gg. Are you ready to elevate your game? Controller Chaos has hundreds of controller designs to pick from, including this year's CO 2025 limited edition custom painted controller and fight sticks. Use code CO25 at checkout to save on controllerchaos.com.
Red Bull gives you wings.
And welcome back to CEO 2025. King Jobber and Damascus here to deliver you some Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. We just came back from a break. That first half of the block was kind of nutty. We got to see some incredibly fun matches, some familiar faces, some friends, but we have even more matches coming your way as well.
Absolutely, lots of matches coming up, and you know, like the more we play in pools and the closer we get to the matches that are juicy with the names you are familiar, with the world-class players, you know, pulling up. And speaking of world-class players, pulling up one of the absolute legends of the fighting games community is there on stage to play next. It is none other than Justin Wong.
Jay Wong
Sheesh.
himself. Ooh, with a new fight stick too. You know, Justin be getting every single fight stick on the planet.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, if there's one guy who deserves to have them all,
That's true.
it's Justin and Markman. That's all. Like, they're top two. No one can be on their level.
Well,
That's
Markman
about
be
it.
making them. He'd be designing those fight sticks. So for sure. Some of the legendary Mad Catz controllers, Markman had a hand in those. So big shots to Markman. I'm sure he's here this weekend, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
he's over
absolutely.
on the Tekken side.
He's on Tekken side, exactly. You know, we have Jay Wong versus Sway. We saw Sway early on the stream. Justin Wong. So Justin really likes Fatal Fury enough to travel and play. Like he played that Head Stomper and got into that top 8, and now enters CEO as well. So let's take a look at how this one goes. Justin, definitely a player you can always be scared of Justin, no matter the game, no matter how trained he is. So when he's actually trained in the game, that's hard as hell. He's coming back from a 7th place at Head Stomper, and he's looking to do it again here.
It's great to see that this game has relit his competitive fire, right?
Yes.
For a modern fighting game here. But right now, just trying to zone out a little bit with that fireball, use it to gain some ground.
Alright, gets an opening. Sway keeping small amount of damage at least, but Justin escapes that corner, looking to get more small challenges. Sway is chipping away at Justin's health, slowly but surely.
Nice just defend, but the second jump there is going to blow up the throw attempt from Sway.
Alright, immediately chases, of course, no way to get away with that roll, and now that's going to be pressure from Justin.
Ooh, the 2C able to connect, should be able to kill off of this. Yep, spends the super to guarantee it.
Clean one. Justin took some time to take the lead, and now the lead is taken. Round number 2 starting. Sway needs to find a way to do a bit more damage than just the small light into special. You know, like you need to find the clean openings, be able to be getting that commanding leads, because Justin Wong is getting that kind of damage into the hard knockdown right now.
Yeah, need to figure out a way to get in and get something like a close D or a far C to get into that big damage. Now trying to reel Justin in.
Nice one.
Yeah, you can see now we're getting more aggressive, right? Sway understands that you can't just sit back and poke forever against a player like Justin.
Yeah, Justin had the jump in. Not the greatest conversion to get the kill, but regardless, just needs one more. Watch out to your gauge, Sway, because you're entering chip territory right now. And there we go. No rev guard, no JDs. Just dying off chip.
Got to keep that in mind. And Sway, you're a Guilty Gear player. You know, it's just like FD.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's the first jump in. Justin Wong immediately gets in, and look at that. That's no more SPG already. Always option selects that dash to beat this roll, so no way to roll out of the corner for free. Justin is on point. Look!
Yeah, trying to go for that corpse hop. And Justin has been doing a really good job, too, of just hopping over those far Cs that Sway has been trying to throw out.
A bit to watch out, because he's done 2B like 2 times after blocking this, and it's not the greatest answer, because if Justin adapts to that, that's going to be a clean wild punish. Sway needs to change the button used, because that spacing is definitely not correct on this, but Justin Wong offering himself too much points. Look at this, we're flexing. Let's go Justin, may I say.
No guard cancel on it, though, right? That's how you get the punish. You have to guard cancel. I don't know if Hotaru has anything that's really strong, though, that can close the gap.
Yeah.
Other than just maybe guard canceling into Fireball, right? To just start establishing some pressure.
Oh, gets the JD and jumps back in. There we go. He's going for just a level 1, right? Just waiting to get the hard knockdown into more, but we get away from the throw. No conversion, though, by Sway. That could have been a bit more. Unfortunately, not happening. And we, of course, are going for the command grab because she needs it, Jobro.
Bro, she's the best grappler in the game.
I always forget. You know, I always forget. I genuinely, even though I see this character all the time, I keep forgetting she has a command grab because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't look like a command grab. When you get grabbed by it,
you're like, oh, it's a grab.
I'm like, where's the startup? Where's like the actual grab part?
Yeah.
She's just in front of me, and now she's stepping on my head.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a difficult one to defend against, and Justin, of course, used it right at the end of the game. Shout out to Justin getting the win. Sway, might be time for you to put a bad review on Steam and refund the game.
No. Just hop back in the lab. Keep training that Billy. Billy is a great character. Unless, of course, these characters get shot. We don't know when the big balance patch is going to come, right? I mean, a lot of people, I think, would assume it would come with Andy. And Andy's got to be dropping sometime
I
soon.
don't expect it just for one reason, right? Like,
Oh, 'cause
EWC is coming soon. Are they going to do a big patch before EWC?
See,
Yeah.
I'm a sicko. I think they should. But I could understand, you know, not wanting to shake up the game in a big way when you have a massive, massive tournament happening, right? So we'll see what they end up doing when they end up dropping Andy as well. Maybe Andy can make a bit of a splash in the meta. He does seem pretty fun. He's got a lot of strong tools. I've been hearing a lot of, you know, differing opinions about people who have gotten a chance to play him over at the booth here, which he is playable. So if you want to check out Andy and you're in the Orlando area, drive on down, hop on in, and you can play Andy as long as you want.
Yep. Up next, we got Lord Float taking on a big client, Xian. Of course, no need for an introduction for Xian, former EVO champ on SF4. Got a couple good performances, was 7th at EVO Japan, 33rd at Combo Breaker, and 13th at Battle Arena Melbourne. Definitely one of the most well-known, you know, players in the FGC, has been active for years, and now, you know, like, does a lot of work for the community in Singapore.
Yes.
And my favorite thing, so recently in Singapore with his team versus Vortex, they ran a tournament called, I'm gonna censor the curse word, not to cancel on stream, Beat My Beep Club, where the idea is that if you beat Xian, you get money. So it's a bracket, but if you send him to losers, you get money. There's a bounty on Xian.
That's actually kind
And I
of
actually really like this. It's like, if you beat Xian, I think it was like 100 if you send him to losers and 150 if you send him out of the tournament.
That's a lot of money, too.
Yeah. And
Dang.
also a cash prize for the winner of the tournament.
Yeah,
so
for the tournament, of course.
I love that idea. You know, it's literally, you know what? We want to take Xian down, so it's his team putting the bounty on him. You know, like that's how they do in Singapore. I love it.
That is so fire. We got the Gato mirror match here, too.
Okay.
So Xian on the Gato. You know, we were just talking about it earlier. Street Fighter 4 players. They like this game.
Yes.
Xian, Justin Wong, Mike Ross has been enjoying this game.
Punko coming back, bro.
Viscant. Like
It's
a
so good.
bunch of people who were in the Street Fighter 4 era have come back for this game.
It's so good to see all of the players back, but let's see Xian versus Lord Float. That is going to be the Gato mirror, as said, and Xian opens up with the damage, trying to keep the opponent to the corner. Successfully done. Now just a small opening, not much damage, but Xian keeps the offense until the DP happens.
Yeah, get off of me. There's the DP break, just creating a little bit of space, trying to look for that wild punish. Well, instead, gonna get the counter hit, cash in. These Gato combos feel like they go on forever.
There's one bar. Is that enough? Yes, it is. The other one does chunks. Xian, commanding lead, gets the first round without being worried at all. Interesting to see that Lord Float is playing SPG at the end.
Oh, but a nice throw there on the Reblo attempt.
We're trying. Backdash going to go nowhere.
Just defend, but no guard cancel.
Gets out of SPG at least. Lord Float putting in work. Xian with the right challenge. Gets the counter hit to the conversion.
Ooh, but a big drop, unfortunately. And now in SPG here, Lord Float does have access to that Rev blow. Gonna make offense a lot more scary here for Xian.
Row overhead, but no conversion at all. Lord Float looking to make this one work. Of course, the end SPG slightly better than the other SPGs, given the risk. Xian is happy to put himself into overhit because he's got bars. He's looking for that one hit, and as long as you stay on the offense, overhit doesn't really amount to much. But now, no!
That is tragic, but it's okay. Footsy's there with the slow overhead, gonna connect. Lord Float able to get around.
The way that overhead completely like put him a bit back. Let Xian's solution completely with. Xian immediately goes into. Strong start right now with a combo. Goes straight to the super. The hard knockdown is going to be there. Overhead into a 3 damage. Just 3.
Like you mentioned, not that much that he gets off that overhead there.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's a similar mix to Marco, but Marco gets something of that overhead.
Yes,
You know, like Gato, sometimes if you're not sure, you're kind of better off just guessing low.
You could do super though at the end there, right? So yeah, if you want to spend the super.
Not Gato. Not Gato.
Not
No,
Gato.
not Gato. Gato can't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the thing. Marco can. Gato
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah.
So it's really like 1, 2, 3. That's all you do with Gato in this situation. So it's kind of the rule of thumb if you play against Gato and you don't really want to guess. Block low, because if you get open high, you're not gonna get hit by that much.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of the thing.
And also just be careful when you press, because Gato's buttons are so oppressive, and we've already seen it time and time again. These counter hits leading to just massive damage and incredible corner carry as well.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Let's say we're playing Sam Show right now?
I don't know. We're looking at each other. What's happening?
Oh no, we're making... Okay. I thought we were going to make a character swap real quick. But I think it was SPG was in the wrong spot.
SPG. Might have been SPG.
So
it's okay.
A bit on the anchor position.
Gentlemen's agreement. We're back in. Xian versus Lord Floats. Both of these players looking to continue their journey in winners. But of course, for Lord Floats, it's the big test. Do you have what it takes to challenge someone like Xian?
So how do you feel about SPG on point for Gato? I feel like a lot of people have been putting SPG on point or on mid. Not a whole lot of anchor from what I've seen.
And SPG is quite risky as well, because given the damage in this game, it really happens a lot that you don't even ever seeds. You know, the SPG on point makes sense anyway, because you want all of these resources to start your game.
Yeah,
right?
just
you want
to
to assert
snowball your
dominance.
opponent, right?
Yeah, especially like the characters who have really good reflows as well. They just want to get to use that. And for Xian, it's just he wants access to his options from the get-go. I do like middle just for one thing. It's a bit more likely for you to get a hidden gear when you're in middle, because you will build the meter by then than when you have it at the beginning. That's kind of depends on like what your approach of the game is. So it makes sense to see like no point on middle being regular and anchor only in like specific situations.
Makes sense if you are playing a character like Gato here that normally goes for that level 1 super almost all the time in combos, that you would want it on point because you don't really care about hidden gear too much, right?
Exactly.
Oh, but Lord Float now starting to put the pressure on. There's the DP preventing the jump out from the corner.
Oh,
but, ooh, what a roll!
Alright, comes one point, and there we go. We go for level 1. And now it's the mix.
Oh! Don't confirm though, unfortunately. Still has Lord Float in the corner.
Trying to escape, but for now it's just movements. Being whiffed, tap into the super.
Break your neck. And there we go. The Gato mirror is done. Xian is your victor.
Yeah, very comfortable as well from Xian. You will see him a bit later, of course, with that one. You know what I would really like to see in this tournament? I want to see Xian against Mystic.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add products, showcase them dynamically, and seamlessly track your inventory. Accept multiple secure payments, and design your storefront down to the very last detail. Get all the tools you need. Drive more sales with customizable gift cards and flexible product subscriptions. Retain customers with a point-based loyalty program, email automations, and reach millions with sales channel integrations. Complete your setup with a personalized analytics dashboard. Make smart business decisions and shape the next phase of your business. Build, manage, and grow from one place. Go to Wix and launch your online business today.
Aru, I love you, brother.
Yeah.
But Aru here to prove he is not just a commentator right now, all right?
Do it for all of us, Aru.
Do
It's
it
time.
with honest Mai.
Commentators got hands. It's time.
Mai versus Billy does not sound fun for Mai, I will say.
Absolutely not, I can't lie. And, you know, especially knowing how much of an incredibly international talent Nemo is, the Billy Kane is picked.
Yeah, not just international talent, but so talented at so many games, too,
Absolutely.
man. He is just...
Everything Nemo played was world class. Marvel, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6 now, you know, like...
And now Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, but it looks like we are going to be jumping into a button check here real quick.
Round 1. Get ready.
Alright, let's check these buttons.
Yeah, it's definitely a button check because I know Aru would not be caught dead playing this game.
It's okay, we gaslight at the character select, that's what we want.
Bro, this stage kills me. That kid is so close to the staircase. Have you noticed that? And he's like jumping up and down. These people are fighting him from like, where are your parents?
See, that's the responsible adult thing you were saying. You know, like, I think it's a good test of how responsible are you. If you're a responsible person, you notice that kid. If you're not, you absolutely don't care. It's like, whatever, man. That kid can't fall. He's not mine. Let's go Billy versus Mai. We go back to the same stage. First two between these two. And the question, of course, is, Aru, do you have what it takes to take Nemo down?
Would you have access to the dive kick, right, to try and get in at like weird angles there, maybe throw off Nemo's anti-air?
Alright, tap. Simple opening, and now we're trying to just keep that damage. Let's go. Aru with opening. Watch out for the roll. Just get away. We don't respect.
No respect at all. Respect is earned.
We're just in neutral. We have lots of respect shown from both players. There we go. We got the JDs. Aru just showing his opponents. I got those! Into another DP.
There's so much movement going on from Nemo as well, right? We've been seeing a lot of Billy players earlier on. They kind of stand their ground or just kind of shimmy back and forth. So much short hopping and back dashing from Nemo, just being all over the screen.
Ooh! Okay, Aru, I see you. There we go. Gets the opening into the level 1.
Hold up, okay.
Yeah, these defensive options are on point. You have to watch out, tap. That's out of SPG. That's double JD, but didn't lead to anything. The throw is successfully tech. He delayed to get the wild punish, and Nemo remains patient and closed that first round. Good showcase on Aru, but unfortunately, he could not get this round.
Yeah, very practiced with the just defense there. You can tell he's very familiar with the matchup, actually. Pretty comfortable with the matchup. Now still creating that space, feinting the fan toss as well, just trying to force Nemo into a specific position.
Alright, we jump in. He's back to the fans, but not really getting much right now. The ref blow is going to work.
Oh, yep, and there it is. Just a light confirm into the super. Aru in SPG, goes for the rev blow immediately.
I love this. JD into rev blow. If it works, it works. Both of these players in SPG, but Aru get kicked out of it. Right now, trying to get some kind of damage at least. And Nemo is in the corner right now. That might be your chance to get something to work. Yeah, keep on these JDs.
Oh, there we go, trying to go for that dive kick. The EX one. Ooh, and the punish. Oh, it just goes for the back throw. Okay, I like that. It's for positioning.
Yeah. These JDs have looked on point by Aru, man. Every single multi-hitting move is completely stopped. And Nemo notices it, right? That's why he does not go for these moves anymore.
Yeah, trying to slow things down. Oh no, but a bit of a safe jump there. Unfortunate for Aru. Yeah, and you can tell. A little bit of a sigh. He's performing so incredibly well, though.
Yeah, especially like all of the defensive options being put to good use. But the thing with Nemo is like, that's not really going to face him. He's still going to play his game. It's like, whatever, you JD, cool. JD this then.
All right, not quite able to get the full jumping combo. There we go, though. JB, but too far away to connect. Unfortunate there for Aru. Now just trying to be very mobile. Able to catch the roll forward from Nemo with the throw. Creating a little bit of space as well, but what a poke there with the explosion as well. Nemo, once again, still just being so incredibly mobile. I think that's what's making it tricky for Aru to figure out how to approach.
Yep. There's a lot of defense on Aru's side, but when is the offense happening? Woohoo!
0 frame super.
I guess the throw as well. Nemo is looking better and better throughout this one. We block that DP. Nemo reads Aru like a book and offers himself too much points. The Billy Kane remains solid as ever. Aru needs to find a way to get at least some kind of lead, but outside of being defending really well, I haven't really seen Aru being on the commanding side of the game.
Yeah, no, hasn't really been getting any mix-ups going. We've gotten a few clean jump-ins here and there, but most of the damage has come from defensive plays like this.
Yeah. But eventually you need to get that snowball offense to happen. Yeah, Nemo getting the opening, could not get anything. SPG is active at least for Aru. Good chance to try and make it work. That's gonna be teched.
Oh, we'll take that trade. Another great throw tech there from Nemo, though. Cross under, and that should be it. Doesn't even need the super. That's 2-0. But a great performance there from Aru, showcasing a lot of very strong knowledge in the matchup, especially when it came to the just defend department.
Yeah, showcasing that the defensive knowledge was there. But of course, outside of the pure knowledge, there is also, how you play the game itself. And right now Nemo completely outclassed his opponent on the neutral, on the position.
If you need a high-performance portable generator at an unbeatable value, check out Predator Generators from Harbor Freight. Whether you need a generator to power your outdoor recreation fun, heavy-duty job site tools, or to keep the lights on at home, there's a Predator generator for you. Choose from traditional portable generators, super quiet efficient inverter generators, and even multi-fuel generators.
You know, his penthouse. That's
Backyard,
where you
yes.
feel very comfortable and very strong in KOF 15 as well.
Yep, that's one of the things for Yurikov. He traveled to a head stomper and got 17th, beating Tamago. His online resume is quite good. On Supernoon's side, obviously one of the hard travelers out there. 4th at Melbourne, 9th at Combo Breaker, 33rd at Evo Japan. Supernoon is dedicated to his crafts.
Yes, he
right
is.
there on Fatal Fury, and he's definitely looking to showcase why he's one of the very best. I met this guy back on Dragon Ball FighterZ. That was his, even though he played Marvel before, FighterZ was pretty much his breakout game. Where
Yes,
he,
yes, yes.
You know, qualified to World Finals, made top 8 at international events and stuff. And yeah, you know, from Dragon Ball FighterZ to Guilty Gear to now Fatal Fury, waiting for that 2x KO. If there's a fighting game, Supernoon plays it, and there's a good chance he plays it well.
Yeah, that you are completely correct. Can't wait to see. You know, there's so many fighting games on the horizon.
Bro, how
It's
I
gonna be
don't
hard
have
to
enough time
decide.
to play my fighting games right now. What am I doing?
All these people who are great multi-game fighting game players are about to be, their head's going to be spinning.
It's so much, man. It's so much. I'm not complaining. You know,
What are they calling it now? Versus slop? Tag slop? Is that what they're calling
no
it?
active tag slop.
It's the era of active tag
It is
slop.
the era of active tag slop, guys. Every single game must be active tag. Simple motion slop. Let's not get into that debate. It's not a debate.
Hey, I'm a fan of active tag, and you know what? I don't care about simple motions as long as you let me do my quarter circles, okay?
Yeah, but I'm old, man. I need my quarter circles. You know, it's like back in my days. On the arcades, we had pretzel motions.
We didn't even have training modes.
We didn't have training modes.
You had to pay to learn how to play the game. And how did you learn? You either fought the CPU or someone just beat your ass.
Bro, most real talk of the day, back when I was a kid on my Super Nintendo, I was playing Street Fighter 2, and I didn't know what the motions were for the game. So me and my cousin would give the pad to his little brother, who would just like face roll on the pad, and specials would come out, and we just look at his hands like, what did he do? How did he do that Zangief grab? I've never seen that before. And he was, that's how I learned. There was no other way.
That's me as a kid playing Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube, not knowing anything, just mashing.
Yeah.
Winning mostly by ring outs because I didn't know how to do any combos. Oh,
It's part
no.
of the fun, man. You don't have to. You don't have to be the guy to do combos. You know? I think a lot of people kind of get scared of fighting games because they see combos and like, oh, it's so much to learn, but they don't realize that you don't do combo day 1 or week 1 or month 1 with your new player.
And you
know?
don't need combos to even win. We saw that earlier. If you don't
The
want to learn
GOAT,
combos,
Cusco! We saw you!
if you don't want to learn combos, pick up a grappler, all right?
Yes.
Join the grappler coalition. We need you.
You know, just go for it. There's always a way to have fun at the end of the day. The combos, you will learn them along the way. You know, it's not something that... Because that's the thing I tell lots of people who kind of want to get into fighting games, because they watch the high level, all they see is people reciting combos against each other.
Yes.
And it's true that as someone who doesn't know or understand, it looks maybe a bit scary. You're like, damn, I need to do all of this to be good. But you don't realize that to reach that point, you're going to spend tens of hours in the like silver, iron, B5, I don't know, like C5 kind of trenches.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You have to learn how to not necessarily do combos first, but learn how fighting games just work fundamentally, right? When it comes to spacing, footsies, things like that. And even so, like in a game like Fatal Fury especially, the combos, while they may go on a lot, everyone has kind of like similar routes.
Yep.
Right? So you can pick up a character, learn the combos, and you go, okay, so I get hit into special move break, or hit into EX, special move break, super. That is kind of like a thing that every character in this game can do.
Yep.
So even though SNK games are known for being so difficult, having difficult combos, that is not the case here at all.
Absolutely. Love to see it, and that's what I like. You know, I think in Fatal Fury, it feels like, for me at least, it's easier to play multiple characters.
Yes.
Just because the general combo routes are very similar.
Yep.
You know, so you
Absolutely.
get comfortable to just like have some fun. Let's see.
Yeah, there's only maybe just a couple of characters who have really like weird, tricky combos, right? That are not the same as every other character in the cast.
So
Time can be one of those.
have you tried the Cristiano Ronaldo
I have not.
the 4 shots into super combo.
I have not. The 4 short super? No.
Yeah, it's like you can just, if you late cancel the slide tackle into the EX shot, like the fireball, you can juggle 3 more shots, but all of them need to be delayed by a very specific amount to get the double hit, because the ball like juggles perfectly. It's so incredibly hard to get 4, but it's so satisfying. Yeah, I love combos, man.
I'm not doing all that. I'll just pick Billy and do just boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
4 lights in the super. But we got 2 Hokutamaros. First Hokutamaros we have seen on stream as well here in this block. Super Noon and Yurikov.
All right, Hokutomaru mirror. Of course, we're gonna use that ref blow. Can Hokutomaru punish his own ref blow on block?
That's a good question.
Because I haven't seen the mirror since the patch.
Yeah, that's right. They buffed his rev blow. That was an interesting decision here. But on the flip side, you can now rev blow back, which you kind of couldn't do before because he could just do his downward rev blow from the air.
So it's one of the things. It's just like it creates a situation where some characters cannot, cannot punish it, and then you're forced to just take the rev blow and wait. There we go. Yurikov is on overheat, and Supernoon knows, smells blood, going for this, but he's gonna get hit by the wake up super. Little hop into the throw. Yurikov looking for more. Another throw, but this one's gonna be taken. Ooh! Anti-airs.
Yeah, unfortunately putting himself into the corner, but there's the run-up throw. Is nearly cooled down as well. Just hyper-aggressive. Yurikov didn't even need the EX moves, and now it's Supernoon who is overheated.
Yep, the gauges are being spent today. And got to watch out. Oh, the conversion is there. Supernoon saves his life, gets the super and takes round number 1. Drawn out first round, but Supernoon comes out on top.
Yeah, Yurikov got way too greedy there at the end, but there's the rev blow right back. It's the full pickup off of it as well. Yeah, get you out of SPG. We don't want to deal with the rev slop.
There we go. Not happening. Back throw, interesting choice on this one from Yurikov, and this is getting another opening at least. Backdash to chase that wake-up roll, but it's not going to amount to anything. Yurikov looking good in this round.
Yeah, and I like it. Again, you're talking about defensive play, right? You could be lame. Yurikov has such a huge life lead. There's no reason for him to go in, right? It's up to Supernoon to make something happen.
Double jump, looking for more there. The air ref is going to work, and that's going to be a nice empty jump to get that conversion from a distance. Yurikov takes the round.
Straight into the next one. Both of them just creating a little bit of space. Ooh, that was a really long-range punish, too.
There we go, dash in. Gets a back throw once again. And another opening. Yurikov's looking really good right now. Another back throw happening there. Trying to get the jump. That's not going to amount too much, but Supernoon needs to find a way to get away from this difficult situation. He's got the resources at least. Oh my god, gets out of the air. Perfect game by Yurikov, taking game number 1. Supernoon back to the drawing board. Clean.
Absolutely fantastic. Doing such a fantastic job of forcing Supernoon into the angles that Yurikov wanted to be in, especially in the air, right? A lot of air-to-air scenarios. That air throw at the end was picture perfect. Yurikov on point, just controlling the space, the pacing of the match.
To trying double jump again, but nothing for now. And Supernoon is way more offensive this time, right? Immediately wants to take the reins of this game after Yurikov was a bit leading the dance. Now we jump around.
Yeah, trying to force the aggression. Putting Yurikov into a situation here in the corner, catching the roll forward with a counter hit of all things.
Okay, okay. Into the super, clean conversion. Supernoon shows he's one of the best by adapting and getting a clean one. Now Yurikov, it's your time to fire back.
Okay, able to go for the throw. Yurikov getting the first blood, but tried to go for yet another one. Supernoon had gotten tossed so much in game number 1 and is now calling out the throw.
Yeah. Nice slide for the frame kill, but not gonna get much for now. But Supernoon once again on the offensive. Yurikov not really pressing a button, keeping it really safe.
Stalling in the air as well.
Oh,
ouch. No, but just a hop there over the elbow is going to be brutal.
Super to lower that rev gauge as well. Gets the hard knockdown. Just needs one more hit. Supernoon looking good, and that's going to be air to air this time. Supernoon quickly evens it up. Tam, That was a longer game, number one, but that second game was completely Supernoon.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, Hokutamaru is so good at just slowing this game down. When you look at the average time of matches between other players, and then you have a Hokutamaru match, it feels double, right? Yeah, he's just so good at running away, so difficult to catch, even though they gave that counter hit when he does the double jump. A lot of players or a lot of characters still have a hard time capitalizing on that or even catching him in the first place.
Yep. Well, let's see. 1-1 right now between Supernoon and the Yurikov. Next match decides who moves forward in winners and who gets to the loser sides. We respect each other.
Same brain cell.
The brain cell is kicking. Let's go. The hive minds.
Oh, trying to go for the rev blow, and there is a punish, with his own 2B.
Yeah, I always forget how like the 2B converts from pretty much any range with a Hokutamaru. Some characters have 2B, but the next hit might whiff if you're a bit too far. Not Hokutamaru, he's blessed.
Just has incredible light normals, but there's the rev blow from Yurikov trying to take control of the match once again.
All right, overheat now. Yurikov waiting for that gauge to go lower and lower, but if you're simply waiting, you're gonna wait for a long time, my friend. If you want that one to be recovering, you need to move forward, you need to attack, and that's when you're going to way quickly. Look at this, he's under the 45% mark right now, and he does not care at all about being overheated. Yurikov takes the round regardless. Supernoon not exploiting that advantageous situation at all.
And the range on that 2B that you mentioned earlier, it shows like Supernoon's getting caught by these cross-ups because it looks like Yurikov is overshooting the jump almost, right? But that 2B goes so far and confirms from so far.
Tap. Can I get for more? There we go. Throw is taken. Yurikov still looking good. He's looking to get the potential final opening that could eliminate Supernoon from that winner's bracket. The empty jump into Super. Not kill just yet, but one more chance. Yurikov looking good. The overhead's gonna be blocked. Supernoon just trying to get close, but now it's the battle of the movement. We walk under into the big damage on this.
Yeah, but you have
to you have to do this to get away from SPG. You got the frame kill into the setup. Got to watch out, using a lot of gauge. Supernoon right now, he's on 80%. He can't afford to get overheated at all, and he's getting hit by the Shuriken. Yurikov celebrates his win over Supernoon 2-1. He will move forward in the winner's side of the brackets.
That was going to be a really difficult comeback anyway, right? You mentioned that obviously revving himself up so much that he was nearly overheated, but even if he was able to get a clean hit, you weren't going to be able to kill with the super either. So in that situation, you would give Yurikov super, and now you're in the mix of, is he going to wake up? Is he going to wake up with the super and reversal me? What's going to happen here? So just a tall mountain to climb, and he wasn't able to do it this time against Yurikov.
Yep, not this time, but obviously I know Supernoon. He's definitely the kind of guy to come back with the legend.
Your passport to flavor is one trip away. At Jungle Jim's International Market, you can try food from all over the world, and you don't even have to leave Ohio. Go to junglejims.com/visit to plan your adventure.
Did you see qualifier?
And one of these players is already qualified for EWC that is coming up on the sticks. We do have NY Chris G versus D Acid Bro as our next match here in pools.
Battle of the veterans, man, these two. They've been around for a long time. I see the Acid Bro is already on the stage, and Chris G is joining him. Chris G, the resurgence of Chris G, the return has been really fun to watch, man.
It has.
It felt like, for a while, Chris G, I think there was no game that really
spoke to him, right?
Like, he would still play, and he's still really good, regardless of the game he plays. He's still good. There was no game that was like, oh, that's my game. And I think Fatal Fury kind of like gets that exact itch, like this is my game. I want to feel like I like this game and I'm playing it, and that's the one for PSG.
It's been doing that for a lot of people, which is really nice to see, This game is just so incredibly fun. It gives a lot of people feelings from other games that they have played.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot mashed together. And again, in a landscape, you mentioned it earlier, in a landscape of a lot of games that promote incredibly aggressive play styles, this is one of the games that is a little bit of a breath of fresh air where defense is incredibly strong.
It is, and the thing, it brought back so many OGs. Like, my experience in I haven't been around too much today on the casual side, but in Brussels, I was in the casuals area, and I was like, this casuals area, the average age is like 38. It's all the OGs, they came back. In Europe, it kind of has this vibe like COTW right now. It's all of the OGs from SF4, SF3, from KOF 13. It's more like, you know what, I didn't really like the current games, but this game, it speaks to me, man.
I know someone did the math at Combo Breaker on what the top 8 average age was.
I love this. Average and median age. No, we need to go to the real statistics era.
It was definitely in the 30s for sure. So yeah, this game definitely has an old school style, but with some of those new school flares, right? Obviously, things like the Rev Excel, being able to cancel special moves into special moves, is a very new school type of thing that is aggressive, but they do such a good job of balancing it all together.
Yeah, the game really, blends well together. Plenty of ways to express yourself and to express your skill. And Chris G definitely one of the guys who really, really enjoys this. It's going to be himself against the Acid Bro.
Yes, we saw the Acid Bro earlier on with the Gato performing incredibly well, but of course, Chris G known for his Hokuto Maru. Which makes sense. I mean, he plays Morgan in MVC, so sitting back up and just throwing kunais or shooting fireballs is completely normal to him.
To be honest, in all fairness to Chris G generally when he plays a game, he picks what works, right? Like,
yes.
He's usually the kind of guy who picks a character who's strong, but not necessarily the character who's the strongest and what everybody plays, but always picks a character that's solid enough to deliver. And right now, it was Tomaru that already qualified him to EWC, and he's looking for the SWC.
Able to get that throw, nearly putting the Acid Bro out of SPG. There it is with the confirm. Oh yeah, this is all Chris G.
Ooh! I think he's going to work. Trying to get some more right now. You don't get much though, just one throw. Not much pressure after that. Look at this, Chris G is happy to walk back. And that's the thing I love watching Chris G. He's happy to take his time in this game.
Exactly. I mean, when you have a character like Hokutomaru as well, who's so difficult to catch, I mean, the ball's in your court, especially when he was sitting in SPG, so Revlo is a huge threat.
Oh, the jump away, but he's gonna get a conversion. Yes, Citro is looking. Sends Chris G down. And JD on wake up regardless. Now he blocked those.
Yep, clean punish as well.
Did not want to overheat himself, of course. Makes sense. But he needs to find the next hit that kills. No! The back turn stance not gonna work.
Gotta be careful here, still close to being overheated. And Chris G is not that far away from closing out this round.
Yeah, tap into conversion.
Oh, no just defend there on the jump. And probably thought he landed in time.
Yeah, probably hoped that was a safe jump. Unfortunately, not working, and Chris G takes a comfortable game number 1.
Exactly like you mentioned, so willing to play at his own pace,
yeah.
right? Just backdashed almost in full screen, just saying, I'm going to force you to overextend, give you just enough rope to hang yourself, and then punish accordingly.
He will slow it down to whatever it takes to make this one work. Let's go. The first swing is there, but the Acid Bro is not getting enough damage from these situations. Couple critical drops there that really, really give Chris G a nice lifeline to hold on to.
We haven't really seen the rev flow either coming out from the Acid Bro, even when Chris G is getting very aggressive.
Yeah, he's looking for some solution, but it's not going to work right now. Look at this, Chris G just stays out of his range. He confidently knows that he will open him up eventually, so no need to be scared, but there we go, clean conversion.
A perfect catch right into the level 1 super.
Oh.
You have a mistiming there on the jump in.
Yeah.
All right, clean. Making up for the drops combos earlier.
Hey, once in a while, it happens to the best of us, man.
Yeah, of course.
That's the main thing to say when you see that even Chris G can drop combos.
And Gato's pretty technical, right? His combos aren't the easiest to do either. All right, I love that heavy DP break into the light DP. Now you see Acid Bro just being incredibly cautious, has such a big life lead that they don't want to do too much.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But then they did. But then they did, Damascus.
Yep, right as you say that, but no punish on this one, unfortunately. The Acid Bro still on life leads, looking to enter that SPG anytime soon.
It's just a dash block, dash block. Trying to find any way to open him up to thread the needle.
And Chris G knows, man, that's the pace Chris G excels in, right? If you try to play slow, Chris G is happily gonna meet you in this area and do better than you. Look at this corner again.
Reversal
For
level
real?
2 super.
Jeez.
Not enough though to get the kill. Woo, what a DP on the teleport.
This one's gonna be J beat. Oh, the challenge. Chris G takes the round. Not without effort though.
Now sitting at set point, one away. I like how slow and plodding this match has been. Both players just taking their time. It's the tension building up for the explosion.
And now Backdash is trying to go for a run, but that's not going to get anything just yet. Dacidbro is happy to block, but eventually you need to find a way out because Chris G is not going to stop. He's going to rinse that offense. It's a low, then it's a throw, then it's a low again, and we finally be able.
Yeah, staying safe there with the EX elbow, gets caught, and that's going to be it. Chris G moving on 2-0 with a perfect over Dacidbro.
Yeah, that was too clean. It's kind of thing like Chris G as a player, if you want to play him, you can't let him control the pace.
No.
Right, what he wants is to control the pace, because once he controls the pace, it's pretty much over, no matter what your name is. So if you slow down to his pace, you're already losing.
Exactly.
You need to be the one to imprint the pace into this game and to tell Chris, we're not playing at this pace. We are faster right now. Let's go, join me.
Yeah, I agree. The best moments for Dacidbro were when he was pressing offense, right? With Gato, just in your face, pressing buttons, forcing you into a scroll.
And I think the highest ranked player for this currently is Goichi after his qualification to SWC. Because Goichi, in terms of editor World Tour, Goichi has been to Capcom Cup for Street Fighter, has been to Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour, has been to Arc Rivo for Uni back then, has been to DNF Duel Finals, and to SWC. That's 5 different game series. Chris G has Marvel, Street Fighter, Samsho. I can't remember what the 4th is, but he had 4. So if he gets SWC, he gets to 5 as well.
Yeah, that's
to join Goichi in that land of absolute legends.
It's crazy that no one's hit 10 yet. Like, just to think about that.
Some players have hit 10 on different games, but I'm talking about different game series.
Yeah, different game series.
Because if you can SF4 and 5 and 6, for example, Shanghai has a ton.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Shanghai has like a lot in 4, a lot in 5, qualified in 6 as well. That's already like 3 different games, you know, for it to count. But if you count like complete different game series, that's the one. But we got next Bar 12 versus Snuffy. So Bar, incredibly strong player, both in Guilty Gear and in KOF 13. Now making a name for himself here in Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Going to be going up against Snuffy, who I'm not too familiar with Snuffy, so I'm not sure who they play. Yep, me neither. Not a player that I have seen before, I believe. Trying to check my notes, I did not write any note on Snuffy, so you are here to surprise me, and that's all I want.
Ooh,
show me.
Marco Rodriguez here on Bar's side. Curious if this is going to be a button check or not, or just jump right into it. This is a violent matchup.
Yes.
Marco versus Terry.
This is, we fight each other. Punch man up! That's all we want. Throw hands in the bar.
Oh yeah, and they're going right into it too. No shoes in the bar is crazy.
There we go. Overheads. I heard you can react.
That's what they say, right?
That's what I heard. Me personally, I'm not convinced,
yeah,
but
hell no.
You know, you do you, my friends.
There it is, overhead. The internet says you can react to it, Stumpy.
Oh my god. Bonk! This has been a very, very quick match.
Yes.
So far from Barbara. Snuffy unable to get anything, and Barbara is just happily being the one on the offensive side.
I mean, that's what happens when Marco knocks you down. You get put immediately into the vortex, into the blender. But there's a nice counter hit with the DP break. Going to be a lot of damage here as well. Not spending the super. That's a smart move.
Yeah, nice conversion. He runs out of the corner as well to get the throw situation. Wakes up with the DP. Barbara has the right solution right now. Ooh. Oh my god, no respect. None of them are blocking.
You see the characters on screen?
Yeah.
We're not trying to block. We're trying to fight.
Blocking is cringe.
I agree.
Let's go. Oh, the ref blow is gonna get the counter as well. Snuffy, after a very difficult first round, shows that we got steam in the engine right now.
Oh, wow. And the burn knuckle meeting the Tatsu there. Big trade. But now Barbar actually slowing things down a little bit.
1, 2, 3, there we go.
Oh yeah, you can tell Barbar is getting caught in Snuffy's pace now.
Yeah, yep. That's a difficult one, and he needs to establish his own pace right now. Overhead! He's 5 out of 5.
Got the media as well, was able to connect that 2C with it.
Oh, we go low, okay. Mix.
If you get hit again, you're dead. That's gonna be it, into the red line super. Game number 1 for Barbar.
Nice one. The blender was put on and completely mixed the ankles of his opponents. Barbar taking game number 1. Let's go.
Nice DP as well, stealing your turn back. No one said you could press a button.
Okay.
Well, he's just throwing out the overhead in neutral too.
Bro. No seasoning. We just go. Do it again, maybe? No. That's gonna be challenged at least by Snuffy. Again!
Yeah, Snuffy just gets caught holding down back, and Barbar has kind of figured that out, even just on regular pressure.
This time Snuffy was tired of blocking, right? The DP actually beats the overhead attempt. Barbar still getting the opening on this one, and he's going to offer himself too much points.
Man, these are quick games going on too. Snuffy finally able to get that anti-air. Still not going for the super. Might go for it this time now, just for that extra damage. There it is.
Extra damage and lower rev gauge as well. What you're looking for right now. The one punish is going to be there, and that will be Snuffy saving the first match points.
Gotta be careful though that he doesn't get snuffed out. Barbar still sitting at set point. The air-to-air situation, nice. Just the EXDP, get me out of there.
Oh! A clean snipe there. Just to jump back to beat this one. So the solution coming up, and it's not happening at all for Barbar right now. He's desperately looking to escape the corner, and at least he's getting the forward moving move. Let's see if we can get some more. The neutral jump not anti-air, and again this ref blow is going to catch Barbar slipping. Oh!
No safe jump. It looked like it was going to be a safe jump there from Snuffy, but it's not. The overhead connects. Okay, you're still alive, just barely. One more mix.
Overhead.
Oh, he jumped. He was expecting the DP to come out, but gets the throw, and Barbar does it.
And you can see happy about getting away from what could have been a big trap, you know, in this game. Definitely difficult. Snuffy showing him that he had what it takes. Unfortunately, could not go further. Barbar will move forward on that winner side. Snuffy falling down to the loser side. A good match by Barbar, but we'll see that Marco later.
Yeah, you hear Marco howling in the background.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what we want, man.
I love this character.
It's the city of the wolves. That's the one said in the game.
Marco is just such a funny character. For like 20 years now, he's been trying to kill and cook T-Zoc because he thinks T-Zoc is an actual bird. I just love this character, man. Love these players too, and we got some great players coming up next.
Yep.
Let's
we got Mygo versus Severus. So Mygo, that's light profile, comes from Staten Island. I saw Mygo winning one of the Paragon online brackets, beating Tamago in the way. And initially a Blaze Blue player. Won an East Coast Throwdown before Blaze Blue. So
that's right, yeah.
Coming from the anime landscape. Looking to prove he can do it on Fatal Fury as well. Severus is not a player I'm familiar with.
I am not familiar with them as well, but definitely familiar with Mygo. Again, yet another character, not another player, excuse me, that's coming from another game series, right? Just all the different players from anime games, from Street Fighter games. I've even seen some Tekken players as well, just converging on this one game, really giving it a big shot. You mentioned earlier that it's too early to call who is the best in the world.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a good shot at some of the best contenders next month at EWC, right?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the first one to establish kind of a soft ranking, at least, between the players, but it's still there, right? Like that's a talk I had on my stream on regular, my chat and stuff. In Fatal Fury, I dislike the word upset because I don't think an upset exists.
Nothing is an
like,
upset.
There is no upset by you beating a guy who's strong as Street Fighter.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
that's Street Fighter, that's not Fatal Fury.
Yeah, they have not proven themselves here. I mean, even if you look at something like just the history of Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6 are very different games, and you're seeing a lot of people who are so good and so prominent in Street Fighter 6 who didn't really make a splash in 5, right?
Yeah.
So even the same game series, it's not an upset when it's this early. Right now, we're just still testing out the waters.
Yep, we're just waiting for this to work. Mygo versus Severus will be there up next on this bracket. Once again, guys, this is the final pools block of Fatal Fury. Right after the next block will be round 2. More and more juicy matches. A lot of top players in attendance here at CEO 2025, and that's all we want to see all weekend. Fighting games. You can see behind the players how large that venue is. Shout out to Jebeli and the team, of course, for putting so much work, bringing CEO back to Orlando and to this absolutely beautiful venue. On the other side of the venue as well, there is the big arcade called the Jebeli Land that I am desperately staying away from because there are music games there, and that might be the end of my weekend if I enter.
And don't forget, everyone, by the way, is that once we finish with this block and we do move on into the next phase, it is not going to be here on Tampa Never Sleeps. It is going to move over to the Jaywong channel. So if you want to keep watching more Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, once we hit about, what is it, 4 p.m. Eastern time, go ahead and jump over to the Jaywong channel. I mean, you should have multi-Twitch up anyway, watching everything at once. But if you don't, you know where to find it once we sign off.
So it's the thing, man. Fighting games events, there are so many games that I want to follow. That, you know, like, what I do these days is I pick 2 games that I actively follow, and everything else I decide to not hear a thing about because I can't, and I just catch up when I'm back home.
It's hard.
You know?
It's too much overload in your brain.
It's too much. So this weekend, I'm taking care of Street Fighter and Fatal Fury. I have no idea what happens on Strive. No idea, and I don't want an idea. I will have that idea Tuesday when I'm back home in France.
That's right.
And I'll watch it on Tuesday. That's all. I can't do all this on one weekend. Let me, you know, dive deep into the Street Fighter 6 and the Fatal Fury world, you know, this weekend. You can't do more than 2 and be efficient.
Well, we're about to dive right into this match. It is going to be Hotaru up against Vox. So Vox still making it deep in. I like to see that. He is just a fundamentally decent character.
Yeah, let's see him doing well. Maigo, of course, going for the Hotaru, a solid pick regardless. And the DP is going to work. Shout out to, of course, the change on the DP. Not 4 frames anymore. I'm still pretty sure that wasn't intended, but regardless, the chance has been made, so.
Yeah, she was privileged, but now we're normalized. There we go, able to get the counter hit. Into the super, just get that extra damage and refund some of that drive gauge.
Oh, that was fast. There we go, conversion is there. And Maigo taking this one. The only main change that Hotaru got in this patch is obviously the DP being changed. That was
really weird.
Something happened on the screen. Amazing. Hi on me, guys.
Just barely crossed up, but you were saying about her changes, though.
Yeah, her changes, like the DP obviously has been nerfed from 4 frames to a standard 5 frames. But also she lost a couple routes due to a couple of pushback situations. So her optimal combos don't do as much as before.
Thank God.
Yeah, but her game plan remains the same, and it's just very slightly less efficient. That doesn't make her a terrible character.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any less stronger than it already is. There's the punish on the whip DP. That extra run through on the corpse hop from Maigo really paying off and getting game number 1.
There we go, the Hotaru pays off. And that's going to be 1-0. Let's see if we can at least bring it back. Are we changing characters?
Possibly.
No, it's still a box.
Maybe we're thinking about changing where our SPG is.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep it on point.
Okay. Just taking a moment. Sometimes it's good to go to character select screen just to take a moment to think. You don't have to just immediately press rematch. Might be annoyed at something that happened in the previous game or whatever. Just make it work. Take your time.
Sometimes hitting rematch is the worst thing you can do.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So here we go. Anchor SPG here for the Hotaru. Nice. I like that dive kick. Again!
Esports! There we go.
Oh, that was tricky. The corpse hop into the command grab. But now just, we have the life lead, right? So just sit back and throw fireballs.
Yeah.
Force Severus to move forward.
And for now we're getting in. Yeah, not much getting on this. No conversion either on Severus' side, so he's gonna get the one to be grabbed. Small opening. Maigo puts the opener into the corner. Not much happening, but you get that opening. That should be enough. Yes. No ball, no ball.
Maigo's just playing such a low-risk play style too, right? It seems like it's really difficult for Severus to actually get a game plan started because what you're looking for, like whiff punishes and things like that. But I haven't seen a single whiff from Maigo yet.
Okay, Revlo works, double dash. A bit more, but not gonna get anything yet. And Maigo is happy to just stay away from Vox's effective range. Chips away at the life slowly but surely, patient. But it works. Goes for level 1 to get the hard knockdown. They'll set up after this. Double painting too low, let's go.
And now I think a command grab can kill here. Tried to go for the command grab, it looked like with that corpse hop.
Oh, jump JD, interesting. Got this one to work. Can't kill just yet. Severus on his last legs. Looking to get that one hit, but it's not going to happen just yet. Can the Vox do anything to the Hotan? No! But watch out, it's not a Rev Guard, that's okay.
No! Wasn't close enough to get the close D! That would have been a killing combo!
The super whiff, that was the perfect situation, but just as you said, unfortunately got hit by the wrong ranges into normals, not close, but you get the far normal. Very unfortunate for Severus. Mycon is going to move forward from this pool. It's kind of a heartbreaker when you finish like this, because you're like, that was standard combo, not something really hard. You had the resources and everything, but
just the spacing off. Spacing off, you had to dash in at least one more time in order to get into that range, because otherwise, you know, if you knew you were going to be that far away, you would do far C and then cancel the far C, but was trying to go for that close D into the feint. Didn't end up working out. Hopefully, you know, they don't let it eat at them too much.
As a wise man once said, it really be like that sometimes.
It do. Sometimes it just happens.
Sometimes it be like that. You have to accept, you know, move on to your next match. Shout out to the players, of course, for moving forward. That will end the pool part of CEO 2025 of Fatal Fury. The pools are all done right now, which means we are going to move to the round 2 of pools. And let me tell you, the round 2 of pools, every single match is an absolutely juicy match that could be a top 8 match right now.
Juicy match indeed, and that is going to be over on the Jay Wong channel. So if you want to see some more Fatal action, make sure to jump over there. But as for us, we're going to sign off here, enjoy ourselves, watch some fighting games, and we'll see y'all after the break.
Win!